As I assumed, lackluster at best.
Welcome to MsMojo. After a long wait, we've finally seen all of Bridgerton Season 3, and it was quite the ride. So where did the season shine like a diamond of the first water, and where did it sink like a stone? Let's discuss, shall we? Beware, gentle viewer, this video will contain spoilers.
This secret, this lie, with the Queen's reward, it is bound to come out, and when it does, Colin will know I kept it from him as well.
Could have been better. Benedict's direction, or lack thereof. Repeatedly sidelined in favor of his other siblings, it started to look like the writers just don't know what to do with the second oldest Bridgerton.
I do not know whether to be moved or offended.
Perhaps both.
In truth, I enjoyed having a purpose, whereas now that you're back, I'm not certain what I'm supposed to do exactly.
When the season opens, Benedict seems ready to get serious about something, which sadly never materializes. In the book series, his passion for art is a through line for the character. However, his show counterpart has apparently abandoned his artistic interests completely.
Do you fill your time with any creative pursuits? Do you write, or draw, or paint?
No.
It would have been compelling to explore that as the source of his aimlessness, yet the script doesn't bother. And while we get some character development through his experimentation with Tilly Arnold and her friend Paul, ultimately Benedict's only commitment is to a lack of commitment. Or is it? Even Benedict doesn't seem to know. We hope for a more focused arc next season.
It feels right now that the next thing I might learn may change me entirely.
Nailed it! Lately we've been dressing for revenge.
I should like to try something a little different tonight.
It's a given that Bridgerton will fill up our screens with beautiful ball gowns, but there hadn't been a moment that felt like a big reveal. That changed in Season 3.
It is not us they stare at.
She spends my fortune before I can claim it. That is her intention.
As Penelope relaunches herself on society, she does it in a shimmering peacock green gown, dropping jaws and turning heads. It's a moment of well-earned satisfaction for the perpetually ignored former Wallflower. In light of Colin's unkind words behind her back in Season 2, the use of the song ABCDEFU feels particularly appropriate. An equally perfect merging of fashion and soundtrack comes in the second half of the season.
It is Lady Whistledown!
When Cressida Cowper crashes the Mondrich ball, she struts in to Demi Lovato's confident like a fiery butterfly, declaring herself reborn as Lady Whistledown. Regardless of where that plot ended up, the moment felt instantly iconic.
Wow, this is one of the more amusing parties I have been to.
Shall I bring her to you, Your Majesty?
Could have been better. A deflating attempt at a thirst trap. Look, we can admit that we come to Bridgerton eager for a heat wave. In Season 1, Simon taught us just how distracting dessert spoons could be. Then in Season 2, Anthony's dip in the lake did anything but cool us down.
Come now, it is not proper to stare.
And in Season 3, we were blown away by Colin's daring balloon rescue. Yeah, no, that last one not so much.
Help me! Now!
We can appreciate Luke Newton's nice physique, certainly, but watching the men rush to wrangle an errant balloon as if it were a stampeding bull just felt silly. Between Penelope staring at the slow-moving menace rather than just taking a big sidestep, and the way everyone played the moment like mortal peril, we found ourselves snickering rather than swooning.
Are you just as heroic on the dance floor?
Nailed it, the ticking clock.
I just need a little time to find the right moment, but I will tell him you have my word.
Bridgerton excels at escapism, but most of its plots feel pretty low stakes. We know these rich, beautiful people are going to overcome their personal issues and end happily ever after. This season, though, the looming specter of Penelope's secret identity truly felt like it could not only derail the main love story, but inflict significant collateral damage.
If it proves too difficult for you to reveal the truth, I will be merciful and reveal it to him myself. You have until midnight.
Just as she should be celebrating her engagement, she finds herself squeezed from multiple directions. Not only does Eloise impose a literal ticking clock on her bombshell secret, but the Queen has a bounty out on Lady Whistledown.
Imagine unmasking Whistledown.
You will not try, will you?
I'm certain I will not have to. Someone else will surely root her out.
One of these things alone would be stressful, but the two together give us the most tension-filled episode we've seen yet. We were on the edge of our seats to see how it would resolve.
I know something is bothering you. I can feel it. All evening you've been shirking my gaze.
Could have been better. Cressida's circular plot. The promotion of Cressida Cowper from minor mean girl to major player was an unexpected but interesting one. The first half of the season did a good job of humanizing her, both through her friendship with Eloise and the unhappy home life that drove her to increasing desperation. And her big swing for freedom was undeniably a highlight.
I am Lady Whistledown. And you are right. I can do whatever I want.
Can you imagine a London season with 2 Lady Whistledowns competing to be declared the real one? The drama that Cressida could unleash as she wielded her newfound power and influence?
Wow, Miss Cowper, I am intrigued. Surprised, but still intrigued.
The possibilities are endless, but unfortunately her whole plot fizzled out entirely. Quickly exposed and then exiled to Wales, Cressida's tantalizing arc ultimately amounts to very little. It feels like a sad waste of potential.
You would truly allow me to succumb to such a fate.
Nailed it, sowing the seeds for Violet.
Do you want to marry again?
Oh, well, I had not thought that far. It would be quite a change.
The Bridgerton matriarch has been more concerned with her children's personal lives than her own, but after hinting that she might be ready to get back in the game in Queen Charlotte, Season 3 started moving pieces into place to allow Violet to have her own grand second act romance.
I believe this is yours.
Thank you.
The introduction of Marcus Anderson was a big and very welcome part of this, but there were subtler hints of groundwork laid too. Much was made of Kate taking over the role of Viscountess, and with Gregory heading off to Eton and Eloise to Scotland, it's clear that Violet's nest is just about empty. She even starts wearing more shades of purple, hinting that she's ready to reclaim her identity outside of her role as widow and mother.
I do believe my affairs are very nearly coming together as well.
Could have been better. Too many side plots. We love the rich supporting characters who fill out Bridgerton's society landscape, and we can applaud the desire to spotlight more of them. However, this season made the mistake of trying to include all of them at once, diluting the main narrative.
Well, then all shall work out perfectly. I am occupied a good while, and thus you are free to meet with as many ladies as you might like.
Agatha Danbury was a breakout character in Queen Charlotte, but here, attempts to explore her backstory further felt rushed and underbaked. Prudence and Philippa's race to conceive was given way too much screen time, even if it did insert one of the season's funniest moments.
Inserts himself? Inserts himself where?
Meanwhile, the Mondrich's unexpected entrance to society, though potentially narratively rich, practically vanished in the second half of the season, and never wove itself into the larger plot. Unless, of course, there's some long-game matchmaking going on here.
Miss Hyacinth?
A pleasure to make your acquaintance, Lord Kent.
Nailed it. The female relationships. Bridgerton is a story about love. Romantic, yes, but also familial and platonic. Season 3 ended with some really beautiful moments between its female characters.
You are the truest friend I have ever known, Elle. It's torture not being by your side this season. I cannot bear the thought of losing you completely.
After their devastating second season breakup, it was a relief to see Eloise and Penelope reconciled. And one of the most cathartic moments of the series came as Portia not only saw her youngest daughter fully for the first time, but validated her with respect and admiration.
What you have done entirely on your own. And even if I do not like what you have written over the years, it is a great regret of mine that I've overlooked you for so long.
The season also continued to develop the wonderful friendship between Agatha and Violet, giving the two women some great opportunities to support and uplift one another. Not only was their long, intertwined past fully and fondly acknowledged, but their shared connection to Marcus makes it likely these two ladies will be true sisters before long.
But if he sours things between the two of you, I will pick you over him. I shall not lose you for his folly.
There is nary a man alive with such power.
Could have been better. A shortage of pollen.
I am off to Bridgerton House for breakfast.
But my mother is coming.
I'll give you and your mother some privacy.
Oh,
You do not have to leave.
I wish to.
One of the most frustrating consequences of this season's overstuffed narrative was the attention that it pulled from what was supposed to be the flagship plotline. Bridgerton has been building up to the romance between Penelope and Colin since its very first episode, leaving fans excited to finally see it fully realized. While the first half of the season provided some good moments of anticipation, once the two were officially an item, their relationship was oddly pushed onto the back burner as the Lady Whistledown drama took center stage.
It is good to see Mr. Bridgerton here today.
Yes. An engaged couple should want to spend time together before their wedding, should they not?
Previous seasons managed to balance the wider plot elements with multiple romantic scenes between its lovers. Yet here, Bridgerton subverted expectations in the most disappointing way, giving Penelope and Colin comparatively meager screen time as a couple. An unfortunate letdown after so much anticipation.
Colin, it is our wedding night.
I shall sleep on the sofa tonight.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Nailed it! The steamy scenes we did get. What made the dearth of pollen scenes even more frustrating was how good their few spicy moments together were. Come on, we're never gonna hear "Give me everything" the same way again. The infamous carriage scene is one of the show's best. With the camera focusing primarily on their faces and their reactions, it is both red-hot and breathlessly intimate. The sex scene in their future home is a standout as well.
Tell me what to do.
I will do everything.
No. Tell me.
The way they communicate throughout helps to illustrate the foundation of trust these two characters have, adding sweetness to the sensuality. With two such strong scenes, no one could be blamed for wanting to see more of this couple together. You can't just give us a taste, Bridgerton. You have to give us everything.
Oh God. Could the carriage driver not keep on driving?
What were your favorite and least favorite parts of this season? Tell us about it in the comments section.
I wish to see some gossip. Then we might discuss your reward.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.